Have you been to a music festival lately? Don't you wish you could hear live music without having to crawl into a fly-blown butthole of bohemian dinge, a mildewed hovel of depraved humanity where reachy hipsters converge to ritually defile the festering corpse of personal hygiene? A rancid shit sack where mangy offscum of Chuck Berry revel in smoldering fumes of flatulence? If you do, be sure to mark your calendars for December 15th, when Athens' Nowhere Bar hosts the first annual Cleanliness Festival. Immaculately conceived by international pop sensation The Shut-Ups, the Cleanliness Festival provides, if only for a few hours, an escape from the loose morals, the questionable grooming habits, the vulgar exhortations to commit graffiti, and the lurid invitations to contract low-grade venereal diseases that plague 21st century nightlife. Though as of yet no additional bands have been confirmed for the show, the Shut-Ups have assured the public that all participating musicians will meet the strictest standards of personal cleanliness and professional etiquette. Artists that we haven't ruled out automatically include the Archies, Ricky Martin, Gary Newman, Celine Dion, Kraftwerk, Babyface, The Cleaners from Venus, Pat Boone, Slim Goodbye, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Morrissey's rumored to have recused himself due to a minor outbreak of postmenopausal acne. Says dapper Shut-Up's frontman Don Condescending over a parsley-flavored smoothie laced with liquid plumber.
I'm most excited about who's not coming. For instance, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Butthole Surfers, Canned Heat.
Off the record, sources close to the festival have confirmed that the high-profile non-participation of Jane's Addiction, the Butthole Surfers, Country Joe and the Fish, The Grateful Dead, Arlo Guthrie, Sly Stone, Iggy and the Stooges, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Patti Smith, Rage Against the Machine, the MC5, George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars, Sonic Youth, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, The Surviving Ramone, if any, Soul Coughing, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Korn, Queens of the Stone Age, Alanis Morissette, Widespread Panic, The Black Keys, The Fugs, The Mothers of Invention, Hoobastank, Diarrhea Perlman, The Lazy Wipes, and of course, Fartbag.
Oh, I can't wait not to see Fartbag! I was beginning to think I'd never not see Hoobastank.
A carefully screened security staff of hairless, sun-deprived Scandinavians will stand at the door inspecting prospective concert-goers for dirty fingernails, mismatched clothing, and halitosis. Trained bloodhounds will sniff crotches and armpits. There will be random and targeted lice checks and an absolute prohibition on plaids and dreadlocks. Those wearing strong cologne will be presumed to be hiding something shameful. Even if you make it past the bloodhounds, there is no guarantee that you will be admitted, or that once admitted, you will be allowed to stay. So please, please remember to anchor whatever you wear so securely that nothing can possibly come loose. And be sure to take your own clothes and don't borrow other people's. Oh, and never wear the same suit or the same pair of shoes 2 days running. Our professional fault finders have been instructed to ask prospective concert goers if, in fact, they have worn the same suit or shoes 2 days running. Those who answer in the affirmative will be denied admittance. Those who answer in the negative will also be denied admittance because, assuming that they're liars, that's what they would say, isn't it? Accessories must not be out of proportion to the rest of your outfit. Don't cover yourself with chains, fobs, scarf pins, lodge emblems, body piercings, etc. As you know, a swarthy-skinned person must make sure his clothes have some red or yellow in them. A very sallow person in pale blue or apple green looks like a well-developed case of jaundice, and the fault finders apparently have a good eye for jaundice. Men should choose a plain dark or dust color. Don't wear checks or have slant pockets or eccentric cuffs or lapels. Their faces must be close-shaved or freshly waxed, and their hair newly barbered, their linen immaculate, and their clothes pressed in heavy steam. Their shoes must shine like old mahogany, but be careful, there's nothing worse than over-conspicuous footwear. Ladies, you may wear a single white carnation or a few violets in your buttonhole, but no other trimming. You must not wear your hair fluffed, but rather pulled slightly back as though you were skinning a rabbit. No woman who is past 40 looks good in a cut-off evening dress. And don't, under any circumstances, distort your figure into a grotesque shape. Anyone inclined to be fat must proceed with caution. Very tight clothes make fat people look fatter. Satin is a bad material, since highlights are too shimmeringly accentuated. Avoid sequins if at all possible. Heavy ankles, needless to say, should never be clothed in light stockings and dark shoes. And elderly women should not wear grass green or royal blue or purple or any hard color that needs a faultless complexion. On the other hand, pink and orchid are often very becoming to older women. Because a woman is no longer young is no reason why she should stay home, unless she's fat. Though it is quite correct for gentlemen to speak to a lady who is a friend of his, he should not speak to a lady with whom he has had only a slight acquaintance, nor does good taste permit conversation during the performance or during the overture. Those arriving late or leaving before the final curtain must do so as quietly as possible and always without speaking. Always face the stage and press as close as possible to those directly in front of you. Remember also not to drag anything across the heads of those standing in front of you, especially when it is dark and difficult to see. A coat on an arm passing behind a head can literally devastate the hairdressing of a lady occupying that head. If you are obliged to cross in front of someone who gets up to let you pass, say, "Thank you," or "Thank you very much," or "I am very sorry." Do not say, "Pardon me," or "Beg pardon," as though you can say, "I beg your pardon." That, however, would be more properly the expression to use if you brushed your coat over their heads, or spilled water over them, or did something to them for which you should actually beg their pardon. Nothing shows less consideration for others than to whisper and rattle programs and giggle and even make audible remarks throughout a performance. If Mary and Johnny and Susie and Tommy want to talk and giggle, let them go where Fartbag is playing that night. Manners that can by any possibility be construed as mincing, foppish, or effeminate are not recommended, but these bloodhounds frankly have difficult sniffing out this type of person.